Morning, we will be conducting a safety conference of the following project with contract ID number 26 PF0040 with 26 PF00 26 PF0062 and 26 PF0064. So, group 26 JTF0004. The PV conference is conducted pursuant to R8 of 2009 under section 61, which requires the preparing entity to conduct PV conference mainly discuss, clarify, and explain about the eligibility requirements, technical components, and financial components. No others, it includes also the discussion of the awarding of contract. Once project is importantly, this is the right time for discussion from the prospective bidders before opening of bids. But before we formally start this PV conference, may we have first our silent prayer, after which is the roll call of the attendees by the department head, Ma'am Camila Sandoval. Hello, viewers. For the attendees of this meeting conference, from the top members, Rani, Benji, President, which really has been a sanitary head of the staff. Sir Camila Laguna, Baco, Sir Anggun Saman, Mohamedis, regular member. Farhana Bayas, a member back present. Dear Sir, member back present. Tarikabing Tanto, head back present. Surabani, member back present. Member back present. And we have the attendees from the participating groups. From Junway Builders and Enterprises, Ms. Dania Lipit. And from House Builders and Enterprises, Mr. Charles Martinez. That's all for the attendees. Thank you. Since the back member is informed, we may now start to discuss the following contract data, technical and financial proposal, eligibility requirements, and awarding of contract by DPWH, etc. You may proceed.
The DPWH Lanao Del Norte Second District Engineering Office, through its bids and awards committee, now invites bids for the under work for the first contract ID number 26 PF0040 rebid. The name of the contract is Basic Infrastructure Program, Multipurpose Building Facilities to Support Services Construction of Multipurpose Building located at Barangay Panulong, Sapad, Lanao Del Norte, 123.81153 degree 7.87128. For the project description, Part A, facilities for the engineer. Part B, other general requirements. Divisional general. Part C, earthworks. Part D, reinforced concrete. Division 2, buildings. Part E, finishing and other civil works. Part F, electrical. For the ABC is 5,432,639 pesos and 32 centavos. The cost of bidding documents is 8,000. For the contract duration, 120 calendar days. The required license category B and license classification is small B. For the contract ID number 26 PF0060, the name of the contract, Basic Infrastructure Program, Multipurpose Building Facilities to Support Services, construction of multipurpose building located at Barangay Lanao Del Norte. The 123,69.2 for degree 7.977 degree. For the project description, Part A, facilities for the engineers. Part B, other general requirements, Division 1, general. Part C, earthworks. Part B, reinforced concrete. For the Division 2 of buildings, Part E, finishing and others of civil works. Part F, electrical, and Part G, mechanical works. For the approved budget for the contract, 5,445,544 pesos and 55 centavos. For the cost of bidding documents is 8,000. For the contract duration, 120 calendar days. The required license category is small b, and the required license category license classification is small b. For the third project is with contract ID number 26PF0062 with the contract name Basic Infrastructure Program Multipurpose Building Facilities to support services construction of multipurpose building located at Barangay Tinazas, Lanao Del Norte with the coordinates of 123.78143 degree and 7.93647 degree. For the project description, Part A, facilities for the engineer. Part B, other general requirements. For the Division 1 general, Part C, earthworks. Part B, reinforced concrete, and Division 2 of buildings. Part E, finishing and other civil works. Part F, electrical. Part G, mechanical works. For the approved budget of the contract is 5,445,404 pesos and 73 centavos. For the cost of bidding documents, 8,000. For the contract duration, 120 calendar days. The required license category is B and license classification is small b. For the last civil works contract is 26PF0064. With the name of the contract, Basic Infrastructure Program, Multipurpose Building Facilities to support services, construction of multipurpose building located at Barangay Pidalos, Capapalan, Lanao Del Norte, with the coordinates 123.7747 degree and 7.497 degree. For the project description, Part A, facilities for the engineer. Part B, other general requirements, Division 1 general. Part C, earthworks. Part B, reinforced concrete. Division 2 buildings. Part E, finishing and other civil works. Part F, electrical. Part G, mechanical works. For the approved budget for contract, 5,445,361 pesos and 50 centavos. For the cost of the bidding documents, 8,000. For the contract duration, 120 calendar days. The required license category B and license classification is small b. And another for the goods with the contract ID 26VPF0004. With the name of the contract, procurement of 15 sets of desktop computer visualized software application use and one set desktop computer application use for use in the operation of the planning and design section located at DPWH Lanao Del Norte Second District Engineer's Office with the source of fund of FY 2026 RA1231 for regular 2026 current. The approved budget for the contract is 3,401,073 pesos and 28 centavos. The delivery period is within 60 calendar days upon the receipt of the approved funded purchase order. The cost of the bidding documents is 4,000.
Any modification to the bidding document shall be identified as an amendment. Requests for clarifications on any part of the bidding documents or for an interpretation must be in writing and submitted to the back of the procuring entity concerned at least 10 calendar days before the deadline set for the submission and receipt of bids. The back shall respond to the said request by the issuing a bid bulletin or bid supplemental duly signed by the back chairperson to be made available to all those who have You have properly secured the bid docs at least 7 calendar days before the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids, and shall be posted in field dips, conspicuous place in the premises of the procuring entity, on the department website and or social media platforms of the procuring entity. Reminder, all the prospective bidders are encouraged to inspect the site and to jot a photos of it before the procurement process. For the project 26 KF 0040 rebid, the minimum work experience requirements for key personnel are as follows. On the other hand, for the minimum equipment required, these are the minimum equipments required to complete the project. As per the readiness of the contracts, shown are the approved detailed engineering design plans for the project. Shown is the project location, which is from the Municipal Hall of Sapad. It would take 6 minutes ride from the site, which is approximately 4.1 kilometers. Shown also is the bill of quantities of the project, the perspective view, the floor plan, front and rear elevation, side elevation, roof plan and framing, trusses details, foundation and footing details, ramp and basket lowering details, isometric diagram, eaves and gutter details. For the project 26 PF 0060, shown is the minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel. On the other hand, for the minimum equipment required, these are the minimum equipment required. As per the readiness of the contract, shown are the approved detailed engineering design for the project. Location of the project, which is from Lanao Municipal Hall, it would take 35 minutes ride from the site, which is approximately 13.4 kilometers. Shown is the bill of quantities of the contract. The perspective view, the elevation details, the ground floor, cross and longitudinal section, for the projects 26 KF 0062 and 26 KF 0064 with the same scope of works. The minimum work experience required for key personnel are as follows. On the other hand, for the minimum equipment required, these are the minimum equipments required to complete the projects. And as per the readiness of the contract, shown are the approved detailed engineering design for the said projects. For the project 26 KF 0062, the location is from Lanao Municipal Hall. It would take 7 minutes ride from the site, which is approximately 4.2 kilometers. While 26 KF 0064 is from Lanao Municipal Hall, it would take 15 minutes ride from the site, which is approximately 7.2 kilometers. Shown is the bill of quantities of the projects. 26 KF 0062. And shown also is the bill of quantities for the project 26 KF 0064. Shown is the perspective view of the two projects, the 26 KF 0062 and 26 KF 064. The elevations details, the cross-section details, the ceiling plan, footing details, the floor plan, trusses details, the stairs details, ramp details, water tower details, the signage details, the plumbing and septic tank details, and lighting layout. We require all contractors doing business in our department to be registered with the DPWH CWR system as per DEO 51 series of 2010. Always monitor and update your documents. Expired CPA files will affect your eligibility results. Make it a habit to attach your Class A and Class B documents for your advantage. Bid submission may be done manually or electronically. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission. You may be allowed to submit eligibility requirements electronically with certification under oath as to the correctness of the statement made and completeness and authentic documents submitted. Link for the online submission is shown. Submission and receipt of bids. Bidders shall submit their bids through their respective duly authorized representatives using the forms specified in the bid documents in two separate sealed bid envelopes, and which shall be submitted simultaneously. The first shall contain the technical component of the bid, including the eligibility requirements under Section 52 of the IRR, and the second shall contain the financial component of the bid. The first bid envelope shall contain the following technical documents. First is the FELGIP's certificate of registration, platinum membership. In accordance with Section 20 of this IRR, procurement to be performed overseas shall be subject to the guidelines issued by the GPPB. Second is the pickup license and registration. Third is the statement of all ongoing government and private contracts. Fourth is the statement of SLCC. Fifth, the NFCC computation. Sixth is the GVA and pickup special license, if applicable. Seven is the bid security in prescribed form, amount, and validity period. Eight is the project requirements, which shall include the following. Number one, organizational chart for the procurement project to be bid. Second is the list of contractors' personnel, which is the project manager, project engineers, material engineers, and foreman to be assigned to the procurement project to be bid with their complete qualifications and experience data. Third is the list of contractors' major equipment units, which are owned, leased, or under purchase agreements supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project, as the case may be. And number 9 is the omnibus sworn statement in accordance with Section 54.3 of this IRR, which is now 1 to 11. Number 10 is the sworn affidavit of eligibility and beneficial ownership. 11 is the additional four requirements for corporation, which is the latest general information sheet or the GIS, reflecting the beneficial ownership information, duly received by SEC. Lastly, for project costing more than 30 million, must be ISO 9001 2015 certification. And the second bid envelope shall contain the financial documents as specified in the PBDs. First is the financial bid form. And second, the duly signed bid price in the BOQ. Third is the duly signed detailed estimates, including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of the construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid. And lastly, the cash flow by quarter and payment schedule. Shown is the forms attached in our bid docs. First is the bid form, the cash flow by quarter, the bid security declaration, under Rule 7, Section 56 and 57 of the RA 12009, bid and bid security validity period is 120 calendar days from the date of the opening of bids. Should it become necessary to extend the validity of the bids and its securities, the procuring entity shall request in writing all those who submitted bids for such extension before the expiration date therefor. The organizational chart, the list of personnel, list of equipments, the omnibus sworn statement, item 1 to 11. We will be using LCRB for this procurement process, as mentioned in section 58 of this Republic Act.
For bid evaluation, the block shall check the submitted documents of each bidder against a checklist of required documents to ascertain if they are all present using a non-discretionary pass or fail criterion as stated in instruction to the bidders. The ABC shall be the upper limit or ceiling for acceptable bid prices. If a bid price, as evaluated and calculated in accordance with this IRR, is higher than the ABC, then the bidder submitting the same shall be automatically disqualified. Also, the bank shall immediately conduct a detailed evaluation of all bids using a non-discretionary criteria and considering the following. First is the completeness of the bid, and the second one is the arithmetical correction. The bids shall then be ranked in ascending order of their total calculated bid prices as evaluated and corrected for computation errors and other bid modification to identify the LC. Total calculated bid prices as evaluated and corrected for computational errors and other bid modification which exceed the ABC shall be disqualified. For post-qualification, within 5 calendar days from the receipt by the bidder of the notice from the bank that the bidder has the LCB, the bidder shall submit all the eligibility documents supporting its field trip certification of registration, its latest income and business tax returns filed for the preceding quarter, which should not be earlier than 2 quarters from the date of submission and receipt of bid, and other appropriate licenses and permits required by law and stated in the bidding documents like tax clearance, MERS permit, DTI, or SEP. Further, prospective bidders should not be included in the blacklisted contractor of the GPPB. And additionally, for technical requirements, key personnel must be satisfied, availability and commitment of major construction equipment as per DEO 58 series of 2012, and the performance in ongoing government and private contract as per DEO 127 series of 2018. Lastly, for financial requirements, bidders and FCC shall be verified to ensure that the bidder can sustain the operating cash flow of the transaction. failure to submit any post-qualification requirement on time or a finding against the veracity thereof shall disqualify the bidder or award. We would like to emphasize the second and third section of this DO, which refers to the technical requirements for civil works project for public bidding. The certification under item 6 or item 7 shall be included in the first envelope of the sealed bid. For equipment, the bidder should specify the submitted bid location, the location of the equipment where they can be inspected. If any piece of equipment is not on the specified location, then the bidder shall be post disqualified. As per DO 169 series of 2025, this order shall supersede the Department Orders number 148 and 227, both series of 2024 and other issuances inconsistent herewith. The full implementation of this order where only accredited project engineers of the contractors and consultant may be assigned to supervise all DPWH projects, which shall be imposed effective January 1, 2026. These are the published department orders on accreditation of DPWH contractors and consultant fees, provisional fees, and testimonial fees. So please do check if nasa listahan yung mga project engineers nyo in order to avoid violation on 3-strike policy. Shown are the minimum material testing equipment for medium contractors, and this one for small contractors. As per DO 127 series of 2018, which is the strict application of RA 9184 on the conduct of post-qualification of bidders with delayed ongoing contracts with the DPWH. During post-qualification, the fact shall determine the bidder's compliance with the declared SLCC, competence and experience of the bidders, key personnel, availability and commitment, and or inspection and testing of the required capacities and operating conditions of major equipment units, the performance of the bidder in its ongoing government and private contract. If any of these ongoing contracts shows a single contract with a negative slippage of at least 15%, 2 or more contract with a negative slippage of 10%, failure of the contractor to commence repair works on ongoing contract within 7 days and to complete them within 30 days after the receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and deficiencies, failure of the contractor to commence repair works on contract with pending certificate of acceptance within 30 days and to complete the works within 90 days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and failures, substandard quality of works as per contract plan and specification, unsatisfactory performance of the contractor's obligation as per contract terms and conditions at the time of inspection, and liquidated damages currently imposed on the contractor. And also the result of the CPAs or the contractor's performance evaluation system. If the BAC verifies any of these deficiencies to be due to the contractor's fault or negligence, the agency shall disqualify the contractor from award for the procurement of infrastructure projects. Shown is the Department Order number 28 series of 2024, which is the 3-strike policy. Grounds A and B falls during the receipt of bids, while grounds C falls during the eligibility screening, bid evaluation, and post-qualification. Moreover, as per DO 115 series of 2021, this is about your CFAs or the Certificate of Final Acceptance. So please kindly settle this before the bids. And moving on to the goods with contract ID number 26 GKM 0004. We would like to highlight some important requirements for this desktop computer. For specialized software use, for the brand model, the offered desktop computer must be from a globally recognized brand that has been marketed in the Philippines for at least the past 10 years. The model must be listed in the current catalog and must not be end of life from the time of beginning until the expiration of the warranty period. For the regulatory Energy Star certified for desktop computers that do not carry an Energy Star certification, and appropriate means of proof of energy consumption level shall be submitted, such as technical brochure of the manufacturer or a test report from a recognized body to demonstrate compliance with this requirement. For the documentation and media, all equipment shall be supplied with standard manufacturer documentation on any electronic storage, media, and hard copy version where available. For the warranty and maintenance, the supplier must provide a 1-year warranty on all parts, including mouse, keyboard, webcam, headset with microphone, and associated software, and on-site labor from the date of the inspection and acceptance report. For the technical support, the local technical support shall include telephone and email 8 hours per day, 5 days a week, Monday to Friday for problem resolution. Support shall have response time of the next business day. For the specialized software, will be is will use UPS 1000 VA, and for the application use 650 VA. So these are the checklists for technical and financial requirements. For the technical requirements, we have PLG certification, DPWH, Mayor's permit, statement of SLCC, AFS, NFCC, tax clearance, GBA if applicable, NFCC computation or committed line of credit, statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, in any whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity of the contract to be bid, and bid security in a prescribed form, technical specification, omnibus sworn statement. And for the financial envelope, shall contain the bid form, the price schedule, the BOQ, the recurring and maintenance cost. So these are the standard form that will be used for bid form, for price schedule, omnibus sworn statement, statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, SLCC, NFCC, sworn affidavit of eligibility and beneficial ownership, paid securing declaration, and the bank shall immediately, for bid evaluation, the bank shall immediately conduct a detailed evaluation of all bids using in a discretionary criteria. First is the completeness and the arithmetical corrections. That's all for the contract and technical performance.
For the awarding of contract. After determining the role of contributing responsibility or the LCMB, the head of procuring award. And within 10 calendar days, the following document shall be submitted to LCRB. For civil works, first is the bidder is conforming of notice of award. For a joint venture, JV contractors, PCAP special JV license and JV agreement, which is authorized. Performance security with authorized confirmation. Contractors always insurance for the car with authorized confirmation. Duly signed president's level method. Duly signed equipment utilization schedule. Duly signed manpower schedule. Duly signed production method, duly signed IT management plan, updated tax clearance with the attached audited financial statement, duly stamped, received by the Bureau of Internal Revenue. The notarized certification and the oath stating that the contractor is free and clean of all tax liabilities, and last but not the least, the duly signed construction safety and health program duly approved by the procuring committee. And for the goods, the requirement of the award is the performance security with notarized confirmation. The performance security shall be in the amount not less than the required percentage of the total contract price,
in accordance with the following schedule. First form is a cash or cash expenditure check issued by a universal bank which is 10% the contract price. Second form is a bank draft guarantee or term of the letter of credit which is 10% of the contract price. And the last form is a surety bond or callable candy bond which is 30% the contract price. The performance security shall remain valid until issuance of the procuring entity of the certificate of final acceptance. And that's all for the report.
Use into all contract data in which the requirements, technical and financial component, our all discussed. The PP conference is now open for questions and clarification from the participating people. Sir, baka may insert po kayo. Since there's no questions and clarification from the participating leaders, may I request staff member Engineer San Magaling for the adjournment of this PP conference.
Madam Chair, seeing that the agenda for today's conference has been successfully concluded, I move that this video conference be adjourned. I second the motion.
Thank you, everyone. With no further matters and the motion is duly seconded, this video conference is adjourned. Thank you.